Hello, hello! Cheers, everybody! Welcome back to Primitier, where we are working in the dark on the cart. Well, I don't know if you remember, but, well, we're still in the voiceover. I had another time for an episode, which I regret now, because, well, we didn't catch the index microphone, but my table microphone, which didn't get my voice. So right now I'm in the future after the recording and doing the voiceover. Right now though, inside of the recording, we're just getting the sulfur filled in the cart. It is a good test to see how much we can transport with it, and since we're already here by accident from last episode, and I mean because it's just more extra material which spawns indefinitely, let's just pick it up, I guess. And it's actually quite a lot of sulfur that we pick up. Here, a little bit more, and a little bit more, and how about from the other side, since I kind of blocked myself off there? Hey, let's go. Oh my god, I like how the avatar is running around here. I do see ways on how I have to optimize it. And yes, I completely forgot what I was talking about later, because the most... Oh, wow, okay. Let's get you a little bit back so you can actually see what I'm doing here. It's kind of helping and not helping that we don't have any lip movements here, because I technically cannot talk over myself, and on the other hand, I don't have to synchronize it. But then again, I just wanted to get some voice out here. I could have made it like a mute episode, like I did once before. Well. And the reason I don't get the blank microphone is because I don't have enough audio channels. I don't know on where I would put that. Although, you know what? I have an idea where I would put it by now. Where it would make sense, so it doesn't happen anymore. I'm gonna do this right after this recording with the voice. So this will never happen again. The worst that would happen afterwards is that you got like a low quality recording. But more like low quality in terms of my voice is a little bit more crispy? Is that the word? Like you would get it directly from the quest, which means more breathy. But, I mean, it's better to know what I was saying at the moment than having this like this, where I'm very far away from the microphone and you don't understand a single word. And even that was directly spoken at the microphone, or at least into the direction of it. And not in the middle room, turned away and far, far away, so that you could hear just a slight muffle. I think that would help for the future. Oh my god. Right through the smoke every time. Don't do this at home. That's not healthy. Well, I'm gonna show you afterwards how full the cart is. No, this is not a promise from the future. It is actually what I said. What I have been saying before. Oh yeah, you know what would be useful? Like, can you see that menu here? We've seen it a few times now. When I do select something that we already copied, you can see how much it weighs, because the electricity translates perfectly to the overall kilogram. 300 kilojoule means 300 kilogram. And so, you know, that... but if I just have it in this menu, if I were to select something, I wish we would see how much it weighs, like how much it would be as a blueprint. Because if I would... Okay, I can't reach it from here, let's try. Okay. As you can see, the site does not change. No kilograms, no joules. So it would be very cool to see that. Like, we could just fill up the cart to some degree and see how much it weighs afterwards, or at the moment. And if it has the right weight, we can haul it home, because we know our upper limit. with this small menu here in my hand, as you can see right now, here, this here, I can only see specific parts of the card and how much they weigh, which is not what I wanted here. Oop, okay, let's show you what's inside the card. It's, oh well, it did look more in-game, although it is quite a lot. I mean, I do remember how I hauled it outside of the card. And yes, the card is empty by now. But it does look less from this camera perspective, weirdly. Oh, okay, the card has a lot of weight all around. It's very bouncy. But it does want to move, which is cool. So it's kind of a success, isn't it? Okay, let's gonna park this here inside of the radius. So no more drones will spawn. And also that we're close enough to put the bearings in. Which, and this sounds risky maybe, but it's a good try anyway. We just throw in. We do not connect. And you know what would be cool? Like a side compartment to the cart, where we don't haul cargo. Oh, seems like I get rid of the last 2 drones. Where we do not put in cargo, but we do put in, like... What was I showing? Something like tools and batteries and stuff like that. That would be very, very helpful. Wait. Before I put this in, how much is the gap? Okay, the bearings stop this from going through. There's only one of these that could go through, but I don't think it will. Because, I mean the one without the bearing. Wait, wrong part? Without the axes. Like the one on the right here. Okay. What? Circular motion? I have no idea what I was talking about here. There's been... Weirdly enough, I remember all the topics from the beginning of the recording, but the later on the recording goes, the less I know. Which is weird because you would think the memory works in ways that you can rather remember the later parts and forget the earlier parts, but oh well. Now let's pick up some of them that were thrown back here. And you know what, with these things, it's good to have a lot of them. Because we could connect them. Like, without the axis in the middle, it's just the big bearings at the side. So they're kind of like bigger axes. If we just connect them like, you know, just push them together, imagine the axis wouldn't be there, of course. Like, kind of like, you know, kind of like this. It would look cool. It kind of goes against my mentality of having multiple parts. What? Against having multiple parts, but I do like the round shape. It's already looking good with the axes, the smaller pieces. I can imagine we can do a lot of stuff with this. As a frame, it looks very cool, maybe as a power line or something similar. And we could actually transport something like this, don't you think? Would I go overboard? I mean, it could work. You know, let's not take the big thing. Oh, okay, let's push this out of the way. And this one here. Let's get this small one on board. You know? Can I actually lift this? It's quite heavy. We're not going for form, do we? I don't think so. And that means it's just for a test anyway. So let's cut this up. Just boop. And oh wait, boop, like that. And now we just have to move this over. Okay, I can barely lift it. Okay, this is a good test. Oh, how much? Oh, I didn't catch that. How much kilogram was this? Yeah, does this work? I need to cut off a little bit more so I can get it over. It's for a test anyway, so it doesn't matter. So like, book. I mean, book. Come on, but perfect. Perfect. Can I lift it? Yes, I can. Okay, let's get this inside then. Whoop. And connect. Perfect. Perfect. And I mean, we could take this as well. Why not? Here. And now nothing should stop us going home. Nothing should. Come on. Come. Oh no. It's pushing down the front side too much. Can I displace this more to the back so we have the weight more centered to the wheels? How about that? Okay, let's try, and I can move it somehow, but it doesn't really work. I do have an idea though. And now the people... No, not this one! Ah, that was the perimeter one. It was the first one I picked up. Ah, I was wondering where this one went. It was the first one I picked up. Great. But what was I doing here in the moment? Easy. If we have some uplift at the front, well, actually, let's make it a little bit better. Let's connect it to the other two pieces at the side as well. Perfect. Kind of like that. If we have some uplift at the front, we have an easier time to lift up the handle. So it doesn't matter how much weight is inside, and we can just still pull this thing around. Okay, 2 is not enough though. Let's get a few more in. And go underneath, kind of like a mechanic, and up. Now I'm just sitting on the ground, so I can go underneath. Sorry if you cannot see anything. In the moment, I couldn't see anymore. For me, it was even worse. If I would say this right now, it would be a lie, because at the moment I got your point of view. But at the moment, for me inside there, oh my god, it was worse. Body parts all around. Which sounds like a horror atmosphere, but you know what I mean. You saw it kind of. And it is easier. Okay, does it work though? Nah, not quite. You know what? This is already working fine, so let's get a few more in. Hello? And what was I looking for? Oh, the perimeter. He just realized that he took the perimeter one. Poor boy. You know what? It's kind of... Okay, it's kind of funny laughing at myself because I know my own mistakes. And they are still... Whoa, don't you fly away. And they're quite silly. It's fun, harmlessly laughing here. And I do remember something I missed last episode. No, wait, no, that comes later. Maybe I will miss it later, but I will talk about it later. When I actually talk about it. For me, it's like... Do you ever remember when you had the first a specific thought the first time? Because for me, this was like 1.5 hours and it all just blends together. So it's kind of hard to imagine where I first started thinking about something and where it ended. And we are going! Oh, no more drones? No more thrust? Well, we're on the way. Of course, we can't go up the steep one, but we do try to get on the hill back there. And most of the bearings are disconnected. At the moment, I thought that every bearing was disconnected, but here I'm spoiling you now. Because we connected the drone on the bottom... Oh, wait. Because we connected the drone on the bottom part, some of the bearings got connected to the cart. It's moving by its own. I'm not pressing anything. It's moving by its own. Oh, God. Because the cart is pushing me. Not the back side of me like it would usually do. No, it is... The holster works on 2 ways. If you would like design a catapult and put the holster on one side, once the catapult snaps and moves in its circle, it will drag you along. That's funny. Okay, let's see if something changes if I pick it up at the bearings. And ooh, okay, it has some power, especially going downhill. It kind of works. A little bit janky, but it's kind of a success. I don't know how it works with alloy cubes. Okay, let's get a little bit of power out of there because it was still too strong, even with all the weight. Although, yeah, okay. Whoop, and let's try. And we can't lift it up anymore. I think it's partly also because all of the drones are kind of pushing it down, as they all are in a 45 degree angle when the cart is looking down like that. So we kind of have to work against them at the beginning. Which is why when I walk 1 or 2 steps and it kind of naturally swings up, that we have an easier time to keep our momentum. Well, kind of. It does swing a lot around. Uphill, it kind of works. It kind of works. It's more hopeful than it was before, especially now that we kind of know what we're doing with the cart, even if it needs some adjustments. And like the last 3 episodes, but I mean, this is a bigger build and I'm working with physics I don't quite understand. So it's pretty natural, I would say. What are we doing? Ooh. Oh, am I trying to get some of the drones on the downside? Yeah, we're taking them from here and moving down underneath the cart again. Up. And way too far forward. Perfect. Okay. Snapped just the right way, and here we do the same. Yep. Yep. Now. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Help. I can't move, but luckily this is loose, so I just have to move the cart itself and I'm free. Wonderful, wonderful. Can I not get them? Okay. The drones work not that well at the moment. We will need to improve the design. But now that we have an idea on what to do with the drones, it's good. Thing is, I didn't talk about this before, and I know this was a topic before. We will have to think about the boat. Because I do want to design the boat around the cart, so we can take it wherever we go. But with the drones being on the down side of the cart, the water is mostly allowed to go to the wheels. Because if it would go any higher, it could reach the downside of the cart and just destroy the drones, which are pretty water-phobic. My screen is black without enhancing the colors and shading later. Oh, wow, okay. Lots of rubber banding going on. Not really rubber, nah, not rubber banding, it's more like the cart has some forward power and then I try to stop it and then it actually stops too quick and then starts up again. We still seem to have all of the bearings. Okay, we need to get a little bit slower. Oh, are we going uphill again? Honestly, now at night I have no... Ooh. I was wondering why it was so easy to walk. I was just walking without a cart. Apparently I lost the grip. With reality, I'm insane now. It was nice knowing you. Alright, let's get around the rock and up to our previous stage. I just have lost all connection of where we are at the moment because I'm constantly looking down. But I guess I'm just concentrating too much on the cart itself. Which in this situation, very understandable. This thing is hard to control. I just walked past the slimes. Oh. We're walking past our stuff. Ah, we're back. Ah, home sweet home. Oh my god, what a trip. We did it! Yay! We have to optimize this thing. Absolutely, no questions asked. Now then... I don't see anything on the screen at the moment. Oh yeah, didn't I have the repair paste on the card? What happened to it? That it's just laying out right next to the box. And right now, the drones got repaired. So, I don't know why the drones had damage, but that means during all the hauling we did, with all the controllers over the cart, nothing got damaged by the loose bearings. And that is such good news. What are we looking at? The wheels? Yeah, I'm happy about the wheels. I guess I was on a little rant because it was so hard to control. Oh! Ah, I lost track of the time. Okay. I was saying, oh yeah, we have a little bit of time to empty the cart. And the funny thing is, here in recording, I'm looking at how much in we're with the video, and we're halfway. So much about, yes, a little bit more time. And you are wondering why I go overboard. It's because I'm giving myself goals. Like, oh, I can do this one thing. It's not much, we could do it this episode. If I do too little, it feels like I did nothing the whole episode. Like, what did we do? We just hauled over a cart from one place to another. That's like nothing, right? Oh yeah, here I'm talking about that we should put more drones on the downside of the whole cart. Because we would have constant uplift, which is counteracting the weight of whatever we put into the cart. And even if it's empty, it's not really working against us. Unless it starts to float. And I mean, at that point we have too many drones. But we still need some drones looking into one direction, because even if all the weight is not in the wheels anymore, we still need to start moving the weight with our own arms. So, yeah. It's hard to get like the right amount of drones facing into the right directions. But it certainly does work if we do it right. So I kinda had a good idea at the start, but... yeah. We need to refine the idea itself. Also, at this point, I wasn't talking too much, because mostly I am concentrating. I did not make a blueprint of the current state of the card, and if I misclick even once, I would disconnect the bottom of the card. I would have to do that all over again. So you can imagine how fearful I am about that. Boop. And boop. And that's pretty much that. I wonder if we could have transported the sulfur without placing it down. If the cart would be more stable and we would have an easier time walking slow, I think we can move something like the sulfur slowly, and then if we install a ramp at the backside, we could just flip the cart upwards at the front and move the sulfur, like just slide it out on the backside. Kinda like we did with the first iteration of the cart and the bearings we gathered on the first trip. That was cool. And with the idea I got during the last voiceover, like for the previous episode, I do have an idea on how to actively do this in a cool way. And I can't wait for that. If I don't forget it, of course, that could always happen because I have now the episode for today and tomorrow. So I would like record next time tomorrow evening. And I don't know if I remember. Ay. A lot of I just brought back the plastic and I'm like, oh no, wait, this is not plastic. This is sulfur. This goes here. And I did want to have the sulfur kind of out of the way. The last pile was in the middle of everything, and right next to the stone is somewhere where I don't really go much. And we don't really need sulfur that much beside rubber and repair material, which both is important, don't get me wrong. Right now I'm thinking like we could just suit out the inner of the cart with like a carpet of rubber. Scrap that. Nope. Scrap the idea. It is cool because the rubber is kind of sturdy. Yeah, it feels, I could be mistaken, like it could be a placebo or some silly thing like that. But while it's not really destructible, when we get the cart moving, even if we just get the cart up, everything inside would just jump. And if you have a lot of small bearings, for example, it would just confetti out of the cart. Can you imagine? So maybe a carpet, yes? But not rubber. I don't know, rubber is really just best for wheels. Like, we should stick to real life. Which I love about this game. That you can, you know, everything you do in here, you approach from an angle which is, how would I do that? In real life, how does a steering work? How does a sail ship work? We had that question before, and I actually googled the answer. And no, you won't get any results for Primitier, because it's still a niche game for where it is. Still, let's see what the future holds. But you Google real life stuff and get real life answers, which is great. And speaking of, you know what's cool? We talked about the blueprint system before, but we can also do it on a personalized way. Because sooner or later I would just, you know, the cart will be ready. I don't think I want to work too much on it anymore, because it just has to work, and with the drones we're on a good way. So it's kind of like just get the right angle and amount of drones. And after that, I mean, we're good. And the ramp at the end. Those two things, and we're good with the cart. Nothing more to do. But someone else could grab my blueprint and improve the cart. Maybe not much in size, because I will have the boat in relations to the cart later in terms of length and width. Maybe not height. I don't think I care about the height too much, but they could just overhaul my cart and be like, okay, T, listen up. Here, I've got a new version of your own cart with this and this and this improvement. So now instead of 3 alloy cubes, you can carry 4, 5, 6, 7 of them with the same like layout, strength, amount, because maybe I was talking about the ramp, I don't know. Because I did this and then and this to the cart. And then I put the cart back into my game and we have an easier time. Which is kind of like what I said before. Someone takes one blueprint and improves or turns it into his own. And another person does something with that blueprint or with that and another. And this is more on a personal level. Like this aspect can go on for 1,000 episodes for how many different goals we can have. And sooner or later, maybe someone will specifically make something for this Let's Play. I don't, like, this is This is more like someone could. This is not like a call out to, hey guys, now start working. I mean more like if someone's passionate enough. That's like a cool teamwork. And right now I kinda count, what was the name again? Not Delusion. Wait, what was your name again? Oh yeah, Delusions. Delusions of Grandeur. I kinda count that person in right now because I still feel funky about the wheels to just take them, but I mean I do have the green light to use them. I mean, in his private save game, I think of course I would have green light because, hey, that's what the sharing is for, right? I'm just so particular about it because I am making a let's play and it does feel like glitching off. Not gonna lie to you. But yeah. This is already team effort on the card. And once the card is out, we're making someone else's life easier together. And they would use the card I made with the help of those wheels to get enough resources to maybe create a zipline system, because they hold a lot of bearings from point A to point B. Imagine! And yes, a zipline system theoretically could be possible. It is not impossible, it is just very hard to achieve and very flimsy. And you would need a lot of bearings for that. Also, we could make a bearings power line. It is possible. Just very hard to achieve again. So many projects, so many possibilities to do. Right now, we're still in the early ages, kind of. We're kind of in the semi-modern times. Like, remember the first part when we started with the easy cutters and maybe a battery and a light, which is not really primitive, but in terms of this gameplay, it doesn't really do that much. It's not a machine or anything. So we've got the first card, we've got a house, and now we're not really advancing that much. I mean, we went from the house, from kind of Renaissance area to early, like early modern days with a simple card. And with all the blueprint systems, just wait until the Henry Ford of our server comes around and says, okay, you know what? Here, take this conveyor belt blueprint. We are mirroring human evolution and human industrialization inside this game. This is a simulation game by now, and I love it. Okay, let's get a little bit power away, because it's much better to have this downwards than on the back. Oh, a lot of camera movement here. What am I doing? Oh yeah, let's get this up naturally. I swear I'm gonna build a ramp or something to do this naturally, but at the moment I have so much to do with the card itself that I honestly can't be bothered that much, so let's do it with a ball. And okay, the card has a lot of power inside of it thanks to the drones that is moving by its own. And it does seem like the whole card is just stopped by a simple battery. That little guy is holding it all together. Alright, let's put this down. And it's already so much better than without the ball. By crawling underneath. Okay, and instead of having it connected to the backside, let's connect it a little bit forward, so we have the thrust in the right way. Huh? Oh, not connected right. Oh yeah, let's connect it to the other side, so we know where it's in perfect place. And nope, it's not. So let's go get it a little bit more sidewards, and I cannot see. It seems like it's wrong. It's a little bit easier to see this in-game, especially with the camera angle. Is it? It's hard to judge with the blue circle. Oh, no, it's not. Is it now? It certainly looks like that. Alright, next one. Which will be on the other side. In the same manner. First try? Nope, not first try. Oh, I'm moving the whole thing. I accidentally connected it to my inventory bubble. Let's move it a little bit back so this doesn't happen again. Okay. And that's why we have this thing on top of us. Because we're not always having to build upwards. We're usually building downwards. And this could easily happen if we have it on the belt as belts. So I'm glad we can just put them up out of the way. Alright. Alright. Now we can put it back down. Easy. Looks good. Could be improved. But it's working. Okay, I try to think of what I was talking at this point. I have no idea. And I'm glad... Oh yeah, let's make a blueprint of that. Oh, we haven't done a blueprint in a while. Now we have the sidewalls and the thrusters in. Let's see, the last one was around 300 kilogram. And this one is 386 kilogram, which doesn't really count because we have some upward thrust, so it's not really that much to lift, but still... While improving it, it gets heavier. It's kind of ironic, because weight is our problem. The last one though, it looks really cool. Without the walls, it does look cool as well. It has its own shop. Why does it keep red? Oh, because it wants to take from our card. Okay, let's try to not press trigger by accident. Why does it not? Because I don't have the battery in range. Now I do. Come on, white is much more beautiful than red. Come on. Oh, okay. I mean, look at that. It's nice looking. Oh, wait a second. Let's try something. Let's get the ball. Let's get some material. Okay, if we put the material inside, we can't build in there. The ball? Ah, interesting. I mean, it's not a big surprise because we do know the ball has collision. That's what we use it for. It's much more interesting what will happen with the xylophone thingy, the blue one, which does not interact with the wood at all. Which is why I don't bring it in every time. It would be fun to try out if that would block a blueprint. I don't know what use it would have, but it would have any use, because at the moment it doesn't interact with the wood at all. So maybe if you bring in like 1 or 2 of the blue xylophones, if they block it out, you could like perfectly place a blueprint in between them. Because if you go too much to one side, it would be blocked by one. And if you go too much to the other side, it will be blocked by one that you place on the other side. That's what you could use it for. And here I got a better idea. I was talking about this earlier. How to farm drones. Imagine not making a blueprint of the drone, but making a blueprint of the laser. Yeah? And then you have like a bucket out of which they could not shoot because it's too high up or whatever. And you just stand at the spawner and blueprint the laser into that bucket so that you can easily just take out the drones from the spawn itself. That we're kind of doing the same with the bearings here. Like we have the axes and separate the whole bearing into 2 parts, and we could do the same with the drones. And then we just pick off the drones. Like, yeah, that's cost electricity, but this way around, the laser is much less weight than the whole drone. So we're not really using up that much electricity at all, right? Just something to think about, isn't it? I don't know what. Yeah, the bucket. Okay, we just put some other material over it. We don't even have to connect it because the lasers are not going anywhere. So that's an idea of what we can do. I have had so many ideas today that I'm pretty sure I won't remember all of them. If any, that's risky. Maybe I will forget everything I said today. Because, oh my god, I've been speaking for like 3 hours constantly now. Without drinking anything. And I will have a live stream later on today as well. Today's not a good day for my voice. Oh well, oh well. Now let's get everything back in shape. Let's get this on and repair material as well. So that I can leave you off. Where do we actually have the camera? Oh yeah, around that part. Well, it's so fun because usually I do see out of my own point of view. But right now, talking, I see from your point of view, and oh my god, that is a beautiful car, don't you think? We will work on this later. Bye bye. And thanks for listening. Next time again with natural voice. See you then.